it, I just wanna make sure we get to a good space before we go into break. I want us to also be not here past 5 because it's first day. I'm pretty sure everyone's trying to figure out what to do, right? And that's okay. So now what we have done is we have created a line down the middle for the center front, then go from 9 to 10 inches from the top to create the hip line, right? Mm-hmm. Correct? Yeah. Everyone has done that for the most part, most of you, and it's okay. You'll have enough time to prep. This is your dress form. And this is when it gets tricky.
Can you show back a little?
You are gonna take this line in the hip and you're gonna pin it first. Thank you, Jared. And you're gonna pin it first. I have so much stuff in this stuff. By the way, this has been with me since my FIT days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been here for a while. And then you see how my line it's not matching right now? Mm-hmm. You need to like accommodate it. Mm-hmm. Now, this is another thing about draping. You have to choose, are you gonna follow top of the tape or bottom of the tape? I do top of the tape. You can do whatever you want, but you cannot change it.
Wait, what
Once
is the bottom of the tape?
Meaning I follow the bottom of the tape.
Oh,
Because you have the 1/4 of an inch, you either do bottom of the tape or top of the tape. So this way you're consistent. This can actually change your pattern by 1/2 inch to 1/4. So you have to be very consistent. So I prefer doing top of, well actually, you know what, I feel a little frisky. Let's do bottom. So let's do bottom.
But you don't do middle ever?
You can do middle if you want to, if you want to be, radical. But this is the thing with middle. When it gets to do a lot of lines, like princess seams, it gets very confusing. So just pick a side, and we'll go from there, okay? You'll notice what I mean when I go draping. So now you see that I'm marking it, pinning it lightly right now. After I do that, that's when I start doing my inch. And this is where I feel it with my finger. If I'm matching. Now, I'm having some problems. Maybe I did it too tight. So I just, I just make sure like to give a little ease, natural ease. And then, oh, there you go. That was me. Okay, so then I just pin this now. I pin the front. At the same time, you notice that I'm having some issues with my hip line right now. Ah, there it is. I don't know why. Today is not the day, apparently. Oh, I know why. Okay. I made a mistake. I did not put this line in the center front. I actually did it 1/4 of an inch off. Do you notice what happens now when you do it 1/4 of an inch off? Mm-hmm. That's what happened. Now I can. All right. Now I can do it. So after that, I once again match it. And now you can really see it's matching now. Mm-hmm. Perfect. We do that. We pin it all the way down, every couple of inches. All the way down, okay guys? You do not want this to move on you.
So you want us to make it smooth?
But not too tight.
No tension.
No tension. Okay. You notice I am not pulling this really tight. I can even make it, if you want more ease into your skirt, there's one way to go about it. In the hip, about 2 inches from side seam, you pinch 1/16 of an inch. That's by creating ease. Okay, natural ease. And then you just pin it in the side seam. Okay? You see all of this? Nothing's moving, nothing's bad. Now, we have a lot of excess. That's what we kind of try to do. So a lot of the times, draping is just how to manipulate excess, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do 2 darts. Okay? How are we gonna do that? Without fighting the fabric, first, I'm gonna take my hand and I'm gonna push this up, and it's already falling nicely. You see, everything's in grain. Nothing's skewing. I don't have to do that much. So you just have to just go straight and put it on the side, same in the waist. Same thing, if you're doing the bottom of the tape or top of the tape. Yeah, I didn't hear you. So whichever one you want. I do bottom of the waist because it's easier for me to remember. Also, it gives me more length. Now, this is the part you guys are gonna like before, but you have to divide this excess in 2. How do you do that? I'm gonna get to that point and then we're gonna stop and you guys are gonna try on your own, okay? You have princess seam, right? That should be your guide on your first dart. You never want a dart that's too close to the front because it's not flattering. You're highlighting a stomach. Most people are not comfortable highlighting their stomach. So what you do is you follow the princess seam, and with this excess right now, you're not gonna take all of it, but you're gonna try to take half of it. And you're gonna pinch it at the same time. You're not pulling this, you're making sure you're not pulling this way. You're not moving the center front at all. You're just gonna create it. You're gonna pinch what you can in the princess seam. And you just put pins in the back of it and in the front of it. You're trapping the excess. But look at that, I have some excess here too. That's okay. That's okay. How are we gonna do this? Usually between darts, there's only 1 inch to 1.25 inches. Maybe 1.5 inches if you're doing size 14 and up, but that's it. You're not going beyond that. And if you have a smaller size, it could even be less than 1 inch because there's such little excess. Okay? She's more curvy. So then you take it, and this is around 1 inch, because I know. And you take it, and same thing again, you make sure you're not pulling for anything. Now, if you feel like you're pulling, because I was, just reposition your pins. Maybe pin a little bit on your side seam so it doesn't move. And now it really doesn't move. I should not be moving anything. When I pinch, everything else needs to stay the same. Did you notice this didn't go up? It didn't move. This didn't move. Everything stays the same. So you just manipulating axis, and we're gonna do it in 1 inch. Now this is about 1 inch. You can see that looks a little too much. So you know what you do? You pin it and you just rebalance it. And I know, and before you know it, you have 2 darts. Okay? This is where I want you to go into. I know it's a lot. You can, yeah. I'm gonna be putting videos for I'll send you links of them, okay? Don't worry. You're gonna have until